session of the course where we'll be talking about um, copywriting, what copywriting is all about, and also what content writing is all about. So, which is the course introduction. So, I want to introduce you to this course mainly. That is, let's understand what is copywriting. When we talk of copywriting, what do we mean? Remember, I only talked about these two having some similarities, right? They have some similarities, but that does not mean that they are not different. They are a bit different. So let's look at what each of them means here. So to start with, the first one is copywriting, which is we say is the act of writing persuasive text or copy. Now you might ask, before I continue, you might ask, what is a copy? Copy is like text, a bunch of text you write. You understand, to explain that carries a certain kind of information. You understand, that's a copy. You understand? So when you hear someone say, "I'm writing a copy," that means the person is writing a bunch of text that has to um, have some informations, in it. So this copywriting is all about the art of writing persuasive text that motivates readers to take what a specific action. You see, it motivates readers to take a specific action, such as buying a product, signing up for a service, or clicking a link. It's commonly used in ads, sales pages, and email campaigns. This is what copywriting is all about. Like I said, it is mostly used to drive to something, which is it makes you to take a specific action. That's the readers to take a specific action. While you convey the message to them, you must give them an action, or you must tell them something they need to do. You understand? So that's what copywriting is all about. So, but then it's mostly, in most cases, persuasive, which means it triggers the reader to take that particular action. So that is why you can say it's persuasive. So that's what copywriting is all about. For instance, let's just say if you have the Nick shoe, you discover, you see their brand always write something like "just do it." That's copywriting there. Copywriting must not really be lengthy when it comes to text. No, copywriting just have to carry a message and also a call to action, which is here for Nick. Now you see something like "just do it." What do they want you to just do? Just start running, just start doing anything. They're trying to convey a message over to you. I don't know if you get that, but they are still trying to pitch their products so that you buy their products. That's what copywriting is all about. So then we'll come over to content writing. So content writing focuses on creating informative, engaging, valuable content for readers. It's used in blog posts, articles, social medias, and more. Now the goal is to do what? Look at this, and you understand the slight difference between these two. The goal is to do what? To educate, entertain, or inspire rather than directly sell. So does it mean that content writing doesn't, that if you're a content writer, you can't sell? No. What it means is that you are not directly selling, but you are still selling. I don't know if you get that. That's like you are indirectly selling. You are not trying to push someone to take a certain form of action immediately. Just like when you're writing informative post, or when you are reading a kind of engaging content or engaging write-up from a writer, you discover something that most of the times it's not like the writer is telling you to take this action immediately. No, but rather what you discover is that as you are reading on your own, you might try to really do something. Like you might try to really you know, head over the stuff that the person is really talking about. I don't know if you get that. So this is like a slight difference between these two. An example of content writing is blog post. Now, when you go on Google, you make a search and you see, articles come up or blog posts come up. You read it. While you do your search, you read. What you are reading is either informative, right, or it's trying to engage you. When you come on social media platforms like this one, Facebook, and the rest of them, you read contents too that people write, right? You do those posts that they write. What does it do? Those posts are informative, right? They can inform you on certain things, even if it's, let's say, even if it's something that is not truth, you understand, but it still involve you, or like it will still inform you, or it will still, even if it's a news, you understand. That's just what content writing is all about. They are not really trying to sell directly to you, but with content writing you can be able to engage people. That is why when it comes to Facebook, you see, we use content writing to engage people. When it comes to X, which is formerly Twitter, We use content writing to engage people. So if you go to blog posts or websites, you see an example here is let's say a blog post titled 10 tips to healthy eating. It's content writing. Yes, it's content writing. Why? 10 tips for healthy eating means that you'll be able to read some things that are relating to, tips that will help you to be able to eat healthy. You understand? Like it's very much informative. You are going to learn a lot from it. That does not mean that the person is not even selling some strategy or some things for you there. There are certain indirect ways the person can still sell to you there, you understand? But then it's not directly pushing you to go and buy this fruit and eat and all those kind of things. No. But if it's copywriting, you discover that you'll be able to pitch directly the product to the person and the person buys the stuff. You understand? So these are the two different things between this copywriting and content writing. Now, with that, let's look at their differences. I've already mentioned their differences, but I just want to give you a quick rundown of it. So we start with the first one, which is copywriting. You say is sales driven, like mostly let me sell. That's what copywriting is all about. That's where it mostly comes in, but content writing is mostly value driven. I don't know if you get that. It's value driven, which means there's a kind of value the person want to pitch to you first before the person sells to you. I don't know if you get that. So that's just the difference between these two. Another difference is that copywriting is short and punchy. Like I showed you already, Nick wrote something like "just do it." You understand? You see some brands, they will write something like, let's say if it's a Coca-Cola brand or something, they will write freshness to tasty and fresh. You understand what they are trying to? They are trying to pitch something to you that if you take this drink, it's much tasty and it's fresh all the time. How do you get that? So it's direct to the point. That is, copywriting is direct to the point. But when it comes to content writing, it's much often longer, but it's much detailed. You understand? Just like we mentioned earlier, when someone wants to, or when you are reading a blog post on 10 tips to healthy eating, you understand? When you are reading a post, 10 tips to healthy eating, what do you expect? You expect that this thing will be lengthy. You expect that I'm going to read something very much informative. I don't know if you get that. So that's just the difference between these two.